Yo, what's up? We're on the Lommel, the MX3P track of Lommel. Now, I have been looking forward to riding this track. I've been waiting it off, waiting it out. I don't know. I've been waiting for the beta 18s to ride it out because I thought, well, it is a sand track and I thought I want the best impression of it, and I thought waiting for the beta 18s might be best. Now, we're currently still on the beta 17s because I want to conduct a little test. It's currently, let me just check, it's currently 1:15 in the morning and I am in the UK. And the beta 18s will come out today. Technically a day because it's 1 in the morning, so it's technically a new day. And I thought before it comes out, I'll come on Lommel with the beta 17 bikes. Right now I've got no tyres on at all, it's completely stock. We're going to do a lap with stock tyres, we're going to do a lap with the normal tyres, and then when the beta 18s come out, I will use the beta 18 with stock tyres and put the beta 18 tyres on as well. I think that might be a good way to compare, and I think doing it so close to the beta 18s coming out, I think that'd be the best way to actually compare, as I'll be nice and fresh from the beta 17s, if that makes sense. Now this is my second time doing this because I did ride the KTM, but then I wasn't really sliding out much, and I thought, well, it's probably best to do it with more powerful bikes, so I decided to jump on the Honda. And up to now it's not really sliding out much, but I will say one thing is I feel like I'm being extremely dragged back. Back end slid a tiny bit there, not too much to complain about sand in the tyres. Again, I should point out, this is completely stock tyres. I haven't got the 120s on, the 110s, the 100s, no, okay, the bike just slid out right there. Right as I was talking about the tyres. And that's kind of what I want to see. I want to see if the beta 18s will like prevent that and actually like make you feel like you're actually gripped on the sand. Because right now I'm like kind of riding on ice. I don't feel like I can actually like put down the throttle in the corners, which is the biggest problem with sand, and that's why some lap times have lost like 20 seconds on some tracks. Simply just because you can't be as quick as the corners. It feels like you're being constantly like just like as if you're trying to run and someone's got a rope and just pulling you back like a bungee rope. Right, that was my fault, that wasn't the game's fault. I just cased the jump. And I don't know if the beta 18s will change that, because at the end of the day it is sand. It's not meant to be as quick as like dirt and mud. That is kind of the point in sand, it takes a bit more skill. And I do like that, but to the point where I feel like I've got to like just tinker around every corner isn't realistic at all. Like in real life, to ride in sand, like right now, if you might not have noticed, I'm not sure, the back end just kept sliding out there every time I just put the throttle on, which is why I kept letting go. Like I shouldn't have to ride like this, because in real life, to ride in sand, you've got to keep the throttle absolutely pinned to avoid sinking in. In real life, you want to kind of glide over the sand, but in game that doesn't work. Right now we kind of are just gliding over the sand, but it has the opposite effect. Because in real life, that's how you kind of stay stable and like gripped into the sand, because you don't sink in. Where in game, I don't know if you can tell, but the back end does slide a tiny bit coming out of the corners. But in game, right, so there's a lap. In game it feels like we're riding on ice, so we'll just go in the garage here, we'll hide the 120s on, then the 90s. There we go, 120. Make sure you always clean your bike. There we go, we'll just PLP, why not? We kept the same fuel and everything. The only thing we've changed is tyres, and we'll see how much of a difference the tyres make. We'll just start from here. This is around where we started from, I think, the first time. And already it does feel like the tyres have made a slight difference while I'm bouncing about a bit. It feels like I'm being held back a bit less. So when I was saying, it feels like I'm being held back on a rope, it does feel a bit less like that, and it feels like I'm a bit quicker. But to be honest, that might be a bad thing, because more speed means more likely to slide out. And I suppose for this video, It's a good thing. That's what we want. We want the bike to slide out. I think my problem as well is the fact that I am riding like it is sand and stuff. Which, I mean, it is sand, so I should be doing, but we want the bike to slide out. We want to really test it, so I should probably, you know, let's just absolutely pin it. Back end slid a bit there. Back end was sliding a tiny bit. Like, I don't want to mention, like, every time the bike slides a tiny bit, because I feel like it will do that under anyway. It's like when it, like, really slides out and really kicks out, as if it's on ice. Yeah, like, the bike is always going to slide, even on dirt. When you have the throttle absolutely pinned on a 450, like... Oh, oh, oh. Like, if I was to do that on dirt, it wouldn't slide out. If anything, it would flip. And it doesn't make sense for in-game, because in-game, in real life, again, like I said, you have to have the throttle pinned. So, it's kind of the opposite in-game, where you have to actually, like, be slow and take your time now. And I don't know if the beta aims will fix that, because that's kind of a hard thing to fix. To where you actually need to be quick. Like, I have no idea how you would do that. But I am not a developer or any kind. The bike just feels like it does not want to turn there. I don't know if that, I don't even know if that has anything to do with sand or anything, or if that's just me. The bike did not want to turn there. Oop. And that's when it slides out, it's when it's just like a sudden whap. And that's why you gotta like really tinker with the throttle, but I shouldn't be doing that. I should be like actually like trying to push the bike to a limit, so... Jesus. I feel like I'm just left and right all over this track. There'll be just fucking ruts doing zigzags everywhere. That was a giant whip. Okie dokie. I'm facing the opposite way now. I'm facing the opposite way again. Front end just dipped in. And I really like this track. I do. It's just, but I feel like it is held back by the fact that it's sand. I mean, I'll be honest right now. I was expecting this to go a lot worse. Yeah. I was expecting the bike to be constant sliding out everywhere else and just have to absolutely ride perfect. And I'm not. I'm riding just... I'm not really concentrating on the game, to be honest. Because I kind of want it to like slide out and stuff, because we want to see how the beatings will handle. I just looked away from the screen. But it's okay, I'm alive. We want to see how the beating handles. And... whoop, whoop, whoop. There we go, just casually wheeling. And there's the lap with the tyres. Honestly, the tyres did feel like it helped it. Now, I was expecting it to slide out a lot more. Really didn't. And in a strange way, I'm disappointed that it didn't slide out. However, it does feel like... this is something I should point out. Is that going around the corners now, I couldn't like pin it or anything. I had like go really gentle on the throttle. Like sort of thing. Really ease on. But on dirt, you still kind of have to, but you can like slowly raise it. So you can like start off slow and then put the throttle on. Where if you did this on this, the back end would kick out. Let's try and find like a flattish corner. Like, I think this corner would be good to do it on. We'll just ease it on, throttle on, and then just slide. Now, we'll do that again, because that was kind of a bad entry, so... we just want to go into the corner and just slowly ease on the throttle. And ease on. And the back end kicks out. And that's the problem, when the power kicks in, that's when the bike slides. And that's what I mean by you have to like kind of just tinker about, and like it really helps to be in a much higher gear than you're actually meant to. So if you're going around a corner in third gear, like if this was a dirt track, if you're meant to go around a corner in third gear, you're going fourth. just to try and reduce the amount of power the bike has in the corner, and that's what really helps you. But we shouldn't have to do that. We should be able to pin it and keep gripped in the sand. Yeah, it should be a bit more slippy than mud and dirt. Like dirt should be the grippiest texture, and sand should probably be the slippiest, or maybe hard pack. I'm not sure. Because hard pack, I mean, the bike's not really gripping in everything. You're just riding on solid ground. So I've never really rode hard pack or sand in real life. Rode a bit of hard pack, never sand actually. Only a tiny bit. Whoop. So now it is 5 to 1 in the morning. I'm just gonna probably just go to bed, wake up in the morning, and the beta 18s, once they come out, we'll come back to this track.